All right, what's up, guys? I'm going to show you exactly. I did a live stream last night talking about getting this $10,000, but I'm going to show you real quick exactly how to do it now because the SBA put up a new application process that is much easier. It's streamlined. It's really simple. You should be doing this right now and going and getting in line to get this $10,000. I've already applied with all of my companies because it's super simple. I'm just going to walk you through this. I'm going to show you exactly how to potentially get the $10,000 and apply for that disaster loan assistance. This is part of the CARES Act that was recently just passed and in the United States, so you have to be in the US. But basically, all you have to do is have a business. If you're essentially paying someone as a 1099 at all, if you pay to anyone, basically, and you have any kind of reasonable claim that you're running a business that's economically impacted by this, then you should be filling out this form and getting at least the $10,000 and potentially the loan. So I'm just going to show you exactly how to do it. It's real simple. I'm going to wait for a few more people to jump in here, but yeah, it's real simple. Like I said, I did a live stream last night and I was talking about this with Steven and he was offering some help on this, but I'm updating now because it's not really necessary. It's really simple. If you still need help, you can of course contact Steven, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do this and you should do it right now. You need to get in line right now because the $10,000 is only going to go out to the first so many people that apply for this. And like I said, if you have an LLC, you're eligible for this, obviously. If you don't have an LLC, if you're just operating under your own name, even if you just start a YouTube channel and you've got some expenses for that or a photography business, something simple, I would still apply for this. I mean, the worst that you're going to do is get rejected. You can see in the application here that it's really real simple. So I'm going to jump into the application here. Let me share my screen here. Okay, let's see here. And I'll just show you guys. I just went through this process myself. Okay, I'll zoom in on here. Okay, so basically you can just go to, in fact, we'll just make this real simple. If you just search for SBA and go to SBA, okay, and then you're just going to click this, okay, and then you're right here at the streamline process, right? I filled out the long form application, which was a pain in the ass, all right? But this is the streamlined version of this, all right? What's up, Matt? See you guys here. Good, some of you already done this, good, okay? There's no strings attached to this, guys. I just want to help you out here, So, all right. So basically, most of you are going to click on the applicant is a business with not more than 500 employees, all right? Or you could be an individual who operates under sole proprietorship. I guess most of you probably will be this, or you just have to meet one of these qualifications. The other ones, if you're probably not going to need. So for me, I had this for most of mine. And then, you go through all of these and most of these are, you should be able to check all these unless, but read these just to make sure. Okay. Then you just click continue. You put in your Bulldog or your business legal name, right? So, and this is like, okay, so if you're doing business as yourself, all right, then this probably should just be your name. Okay. Right. If you're just like, if you don't have an LLC or something, you're sole proprietor. All right. If not, if you have an LLC, then my LLC name, right? If you have an S Corp, same thing there, all right? And then here, I'll just go my business, okay, LLC. The trade name would be what you're doing business as. So, for me, it's like Bulldog Mindset for this, right? Okay, and then your EIN or SSN for sole proprietorship. So if you have an LLC, you can put in the EIN there or an S Corp, right? Or other corporate structure. If you don't, if you're just, photography business or whatever, you haven't created a legal entity, just put in your SSN that counts. You can even probably put it in for an LLC that's a pass-through entity if you're the only owner on it. But I would put in the actual EIN if you've gotten an EIN from the government here. Let me see. Matt says, do you have to return the 10K if they deny your application? No. Nope. it's 100%. It's a grant, guys. It's a grant. Okay. I'm just going based off of the bill. You can look at the bill yourself, but the bill says that you get the $10,000 advance and you do not have to return the $10,000 even if they deny your loan application. This is why this is so critical, and you guys need to do this right away. All right, I'm showing you how to do this. Okay. So anyway, we put this in. I'll just put in some numbers here. Okay. Organization type. Or is it an LLC? Sole proprietorship means you're just yourself. Okay. You'll know if you're a C corp. An S corp, you can be an LLC filing as S corp, or you can just be an S corp. Okay. You can be limited liability. You'll know if you're one of those things. A trust is a potential. I have a trust, but it's not what I'm filing this under. Okay. Or independent. Okay. Just an independent contractor. So most of you guys are probably going to be sole proprietorship, I would guess. All right. So is this, no, it's not a nonprofit. Is it a franchise? No. Okay, then just figure out what your gross revenue is. I'm just kind of guesstimating this, right? So, maybe it's like $100,000. Maybe it's negative. I don't know. Cost of goods sold. All right, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a lawyer. So I'm just going to give you just Google cost of goods sold. And my understanding of it is it's the labor costs plus all the other expenses minus, or aside from marketing and advertising. I think that's how cost of goods sold work. It's basically the cost of goods, what it costs you to manufacture the product that you're selling. So if it's an information product, or if it's a YouTube channel, it's your editor, it's all that kind of stuff. It's the equipment, right? So that's how I calculate it. So, put in some number there. If that makes sense. All right. Rental properties, residential, commercial only, lost rents. Now I did this for my rental ones. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I did that here. So does a partnership qualify? Yes, of course. Yep, definitely. All right. I saw your Corona lightly. All right. Let me see here. Just making sure you guys. I'll try to answer some questions at the end here. But okay. So you probably can skip most of these. Okay. And then you put in your primary business address here. Okay. So you guys can fill that in. I'll put 1, 2, 3 main. Just so we can get to the next page here. Okay. All right. Okay. And then we got business email here. I'll just put. Okay. Get established. All right. Okay. And then business activity here, you can put whatever you have for it. Like for mine, I was putting educational services and none of the above, because that probably makes sense. And however many employees. Now this one, it's a lot of people have been asking me how to fill this one out. I've been putting basically just anyone that I've paid as a contractor. It depends on what it really is not going to matter here. They're going to call you up and they're going to figure out the thing. So I would put in the number of people that I've paid, including myself. You can put whatever. If it's just you can put one, but you have to have some kind of person that you've paid in order to qualify for this. That's kind of the point of this. So, all right. So then you put in business owner's information. So for me, I had some of my business owned by a business entity. Okay. So I had a trust that owns a lot of my businesses. And then I have a structure where I have a LLC that owns the other LLCs. So I had put this in that case. For most of you, it's going to be no, and you're just going to put in your information here. Right. And your title, right? Whether you're, if it's an LLC, you're probably going to be manager, but you can put whatever. It doesn't really matter. Make sure you get the ownership percentage in there, and make sure if you have multiple owners that you put that in. Okay. And then okay, we'll just put if you're U.S. citizen, obviously put that in. 1, 2, 3 Main Street. So you can see how easy this is. And then next, and then this is the last page here. All you have to do here is most of these should be no. Just double check these to make sure. Okay. And then you're going to say, make sure you check this. I would like to be considered for an advance of up to $10,000. Okay. And then put in the routing number and account number for your bank. Okay. And then, check this, make sure that you're telling the truth here, and then hit next and you'll get the confirmation. That's it. That's it. That's as simple as it is. That's all you have to do to get this. Let me see here some of the questions that you guys have asked here. All right. And I'm going to just go back to this. All right. So, this is one. He said, this is confusing. The act provides for loan forgiveness for amounts on certain payroll and other costs incurred by an employer for an 8-week period after the loan origination date. Okay. So again, I'm going to give you guys my understanding of this, right? The $10,000 is different than the loan. So think of it this way. All right. This is the best way that I can put, at least, how I see this happening is there's an executive order to basically give businesses money right now to create this loan program. All right. Now, in order to actually qualify for a loan, if you've ever gotten a loan before, it takes some time. They have to verify all the details. They have to make sure on the numbers and on all that stuff. Like going through underwriting a loan takes time. Okay, if it takes you 2 or 3 weeks, right? If it takes them 2 or 3 weeks, and think about how many applications they're going to have in order to give out these loans, by that time you've fired all your employees because you had to. Okay, you've laid them off. Maybe you didn't pay your rent or your mortgage on your building, and you may have gone out of business. Okay, so it's too late. It's going to collapse the entire economy. So the whole idea here is, okay, if you just fill out this application, we're just going to give you $10,000, okay, as an advance on the loan. And even if we reject the loan, you can just keep the $10,000. That's how this works. Now, the other part of it, okay, if you do get the loan, all right, and I think they're going to give you $45,000 even streamlined for the loan, right? If you qualify for the loan before they give you the rest of it, okay? But if you get the loan, this is the part. The act provides loan forgiveness for amount. So essentially, if you get the loan up to $10 million, okay? Let's suppose you get the loan. Let's say you get a loan for $50,000 for your business, okay? As long as you use that $50,000 on the stuff here, okay, then potentially you can have loan forgiveness where you won't have to pay back the $50,000. So you get the 10 plus the 50. All right. The 10, as far as I can tell from everything I've read from looking through the bill, again, it's an 800 something page document. All right. And you can look at other people who have said this on YouTube, and you can look at news articles. So I've looked at all these sources. It looks like the $10,000 you just get, you don't have to pay it back. There's no catches here. Okay. And that's what it makes sense to me when I think about what's actually going to happen here and why they're just going to do this. Okay. It makes sense. You got to get the money in the hands right away. All right. So there's no fine print. There's no interest. Okay. So the thing on the loan part of it, if you get the loan part, it does have an interest rate. I think it's at the max interest rate of like 3.5 or 4% and no interest for like the first year or something like that. And it could get expanded to a further amount. So I wouldn't worry about that. If you're worrying about the loan part of it, okay, that's something different. I'm just telling you how to get the 10 grand right now so you can survive here. Okay. So let me see. If you accept any loan they offer at 10K, it's a 4% interest. There is no, after the 10K, you're right. Exactly. After the 10K. Okay. So the 10K, and he says with possible forgiveness, right? That's true. Okay. So that's it, guys. Any other questions before I jump off of here? But I just wanted to make this video real quick so you could see how to do this, so you can get this, so you can get in line. All right. Because these are going to go quickly. As soon as most people know about this, it's going to be over. And, like I said, I applied for every single one of my LLC's businesses for this because why not, right? Might as well try it. And I could actually use the loan for some of the businesses operations to actually hire people and expand the business. So that would be useful. I would utilize that as well. But the $10,000, that's what you need to jump on right away and make sure that you get that. All right. Anyone else got any questions for it? Okay. So here's one thing. I'll tell you this. I applied for it on Friday too. Okay. I would go in there and reapply using their streamlined form. In fact, they said that you're going to need to reapply. So maybe you're okay if you applied on Friday, but I went and I redid it today because I'm not going to take that chance. So, yeah. All right. And oh yeah. So here we go. Yeah. Be careful with the routing and bank number. Yeah. Double check it. Okay. The form has it switched. It's true. All right. So make sure that you double check that. They didn't have any verification. Usually a lot of places they'll verify when you put in the routing number, it says what bank and it auto fills that. So they're not doing that. So make sure that you have that correct. All right. Any other questions here, guys? Make sense? All right. All right. Well, good luck. Go do it. And let me know how it turns out for you. Hopefully we'll all get a check in like 3 days here into our direct deposit into our bank accounts. And yeah, I mean, I think this could be really helpful. Like I said, I own a lot of rental real estate, like you guys know. And one of the things that people always say is, oh, what happens if everyone stops paying the rent at the same time? And my answer is always, that'll never happen. That's impossible. But well, now we see the one case where this could potentially happen. And maybe it won't happen. You know, maybe a lot of people will end up still paying the rents. It depends on what happens, but I want to be covered just in case. So, all right, guys, hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, you know, upvote this and share it out. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. And I'll give you some more updates as if I find out any more information on this, but definitely go and do this, you know, right now. Don't waste any time. It literally will take you 10 minutes. So, all right, guys, take care.